Hello everyone, today's topic is about container services. So what are containers? Containers are a form of operating system virtualization that package applications and their dependencies into isolated processes. This allows for consistent, efficient, and rapid deployment across various environments, as containers are smaller and faster than traditional virtual machines. Containers can be used to package and deploy applications constantly across different environments. Containers can isolate applications and their dependencies, preventing conflict. And the containers can increase application portability and flexibility. And containers can scale applications rapidly and efficiently. Containers can improve resource utilization and reduce infrastructure cost. Containers can facilitate microservices architectures. Containers simplify development workflows and accelerate deployment cycles. And containers can create standardized deployment environment. Containers can run legacy applications in modern environment. Containers enable continuous integration and continuous delivery pipeline. So containers virtualize the operating system. It's not the hardware. The containers support applications and their dependencies to run in isolated processes. And containers package all dependencies so developers don't have to manually install and manage them. Container orchestration tools like Kubernetes automate the deployment process, making it faster and more reliable. So containers ensure that the development, testing, and production environment are identical. Containers allow developers to quick build, test, and deploy changes. Containers simplify the deployment and deployment process. So containers can be versioned, allowing for easy tracking of changes. So if a deployment goes wrong, containers make it easy to roll back to a previous version. Containers are significantly smaller than virtual machines. Containers share a virtualized operating system kernel. Containers spin up in milliseconds, enabling rapid deployment. Containers are portable across different infrastructures. Containers can run on various infrastructures. So containers have a lot of benefit when you using it to deployment your applications. So what is a Docker? Docker is a software platform that simplifies the creation, management, and the deployment of applications by packaging them into containers. It provides tools and commands to easily build, start, and stop these containers on servers. So you can run containers on Docker. Docker is a comprehensive software platform. Its core functions to package software applications into containers. It allows for bundling of applications and their dependencies. Docker is installed on servers intended to host containers. It provides simple commands for container management. This command facilitates building, starting, and stopping containers. Docker is best used as a solution when you want to standardize the environment, reduce conflict between language stacks and versions, use containers as a service, run microservices using standardized code deployment, require portability for data processing. So containers and virtual machines both offer precise isolation, but they differ significantly in their architecture and portability. Virtual machines run on hypervisor, each with its own full operating system, while containers share a single operating system kernel and runs on any Linux operating system with Docker installed. This makes containers more lightweight and portable, allowing multiple containers to run on a single host. While you can manually manage Docker containers on EC2 instances, AWS offers Amazon Elastic Container Service to simplify and automate container management. Elastic Container Service is a scalable and high-performance service that manages Docker containers on a cluster of EC2 instances, making it easier to run containerized applications. Amazon Elastic Container Service provides key features for efficient container management, including rapid container launching, deployment monitoring, cluster state management, flexible scheduling options, and cost optimization through spot and reserved instances. It can launch tens of thousands of Docker containers within seconds, and it provides tools for monitoring container deployment. And it also manages the overall state of container cluster. It supports both built-in and third-party schedules. So for Amazon Elastic Container Service, orchestrate containers. Amazon Elastic Container Service orchestrate containers. This means you write instructions and Amazon Elastic Containers Service build your application based on these instructions, and then it builds them in a designated area, and then it organizes the building process for you. When setting up an Amazon Elastic Container Service cluster, you have two choices: Fargate or EC2. Fargate is AWS managed simplifying deployment by handling infrastructure, while EC2 offers greater control by allowing you to manage the underlying EC2 instances, including choosing between on-demand or spot instances. Regardless of the choice, ECS manages resource allocation and container placement based on your application's needs. So, what is Kubernetes? So, you know how your phone can run a ton of apps at once? Well, imagine doing that with a super complex apps across a whole bunch of computers. That is what Kubernetes does. It's like a super smart manager for apps. Instead of you manually trying to keep everything running smoothly, Kubernetes automates it. It deploys your apps, makes sure you are running right, and scales them up and down depending on how many people are using them. It works with containers like Docker. Containers are like little packages that hold everything your app needs to run. Kubernetes is like a boss that tells those containers where to go and what to do. It's got a huge community of people constantly making it better, so it's always up to date. So Kubernetes organizes computers into a team. Kubernetes takes a bunch of computers and turns them into a team. It runs your apps inside little groups called pods, which are like mini teams within a big team. It makes sure you can all talk to each other and handle traffic. It's super portable. You can use Kubernetes to run your apps on your own computer, in a company's data center, or in the cloud. Basically anywhere, and you use the same tools everywhere, so you don't have to learn a bunch of different systems. Basically, Kubernetes is like super efficient, super organized manager that makes sure your apps run smoothly no matter where they are. So Kubernetes, the summary is Kubernetes is open source software for container orchestration. It deploys and manages containerized applications at scale. The same toolset can be used on premises and in the clouds. Its its a, its components is its Docker. Docker enables you to run multiple containers on a single OS host, while Kubernetes orchestrates multiple Docker hosts. It automates container provisioning, networking, load distribution, scaling. So what is Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service? Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service is managed Kubernetes service on AWS. It simplifies running containerized applications by handling the Kubernetes control plane, ensuring compatibility with standard Kubernetes deployment, and integrating with the AWS ecosystem. You can manage EC2 clusters and run Kubernetes orchestrate containers, freeing yourself from infrastructure management. So you know how you could manually set up a Kubernetes cluster on EC2 instances. You have to handle everything: installing Docker, Kubernetes, managing the control panel, scaling, and ensuring high availability. It's a lot of overhead. So by using Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service, then it will take care of the Kubernetes control plan for you. Think of it as a pre-built, optimized Kubernetes environment. So Elastic Kubernetes Service handles the heavy lifting of installing, operating, and maintaining the Kubernetes control plane. This frees you up to focus on application development and deployment. Elastic Kubernetes Service is certified Kubernetes conformant, ensuring compatibility with standard Kubernetes applications. This means you can easily migrate existing Kubernetes workloads to AWS without major modifications. Elastic Kubernetes Service automatically manages the availability and scalability of the cluster nodes. It handles tasks like starting and stopping containers, scaling them, scheduling them on virtual machines, and storing cluster data. Elastic Kubernetes Service also manages the health of the control panel and replaces unhealthy nodes. So Elastic Kubernetes Service seamlessly integrates with other AWS services. This includes application load balancers for distributing traffic, IAM for role-based access control and security, virtual private cloud for secure pod networking. This allows you to leverage the full power of the AWS clouds for your Kubernetes deployment. By offloading control plane management onto AWS, Elastic Kubernetes Services significantly reduce operational overhead. This allows you to deploy and manage containerized applications more efficiently. In essence, Elastic Kubernetes Service provides a robust and scalable Kubernetes environment on AWS, allowing you to focus on your applications while leveraging the reliability and security of the AWS cloud. So what is Amazon ECR? Amazon ECR is for Amazon Elastic Container Registry. It's a fully managed Docker container registry that makes it easy for developers to store, manage, and deploy Docker container images. So Amazon Elastic Container Registry is essentially a cloud-based Docker image repository. Think of it as a private, scalable, and secure Docker hub specifically for AWS. Amazon Elastic Container Registry eliminates the need to manage your own container registry infrastructure. AWS handles the underlying storage, scaling, and maintenance. It is tightly integrated with Amazon Elastic Container Service, simplifying the deployment of containerized applications. You simply reference Elastic Containers Registry repository in your task definition, and Elastic Container Service posts the necessary images. So it allows you to use familiar Docker command line and tools. This ensures a seamless transition and maintains your existing workflow. This means you can push and pull images from anywhere you have Docker installed. Image transport are secured with HTTP, and images are automatically encrypted at rest using Amazon S3 server-side encryption, ensuring data confidentiality. confidentiality confidentially. Elastic Container Registry images are not limited to Elastic Container Services. They can also be used with Amazon Elastic Kubernetes services, providing flexibility across different container orchestration services. In essence, Elastic Container Registry provides a secure, scalable, and convenient way to store and manage your Docker container images with the AWS ecosystem, streamlining the development and deployment of containerized applications. This is my presentation. Thank you.